when I tell you not to wake me up. There will be time to act all grown up. Why can't you just stop and listen? Let's do what I want. On Monday, wanna hang out with friends. Tuesday, I will try all the best cakes. Get out of where you'll have a taste of the season. Can't feel my patience running clean. Oh, I wish that you could just take it easy. Lay back, find things the way I wrote so good on my tolerance. You will get to say hello to my jobs. This just gotta bite, don't you know? I don't want you, but I can't catch a three every second and every minute. All my day to be.
Hello. Okay. Okay, I think everything's good from what I can tell. Okay. Now let's see here. Cool, cool. Here we go. So my okay. So my hand does hurt a little bit, but we will see what happens. Is that what I used in this page? Yeah, that's what I used. Okay. So the sledger and okay. Remember this. We're gonna remember this. This is gonna be a tool that will help us later. And then I want to do the sketchbook pencil, and then I want this to be the blue, like this blue. Okay. Let's go to my notes. Oh, I've got to highlight this thumbnail because it's the one that I finished last time. I made a full page out of. Highlighted and done. And then let's look at the script that I have, plus the thumbnail that I made. Here we go. So this would probably be these guys. This, that, and then I think it would probably end here. Okay. So I have the dialogue that I want on this page. Okay. Let's sketch this out a little bit. Maybe something like that. And then this part would have like a bunch more of this dialogue. Because there's a good amount of dialogue that Dolly is gonna say, so I think it would probably be in big blocks right there. Something like that. How do you draw someone when they're crossing their arms? Well, I don't think she would cross her arms because she's carrying a bag. That's right. You have to remember when people are carrying bags. That's important. Maybe like she's gesturing. So this. She's just being factual about it. Okay. She looks like a cat that's being picked up by the scruff of her neck. We can probably have, in that case, we can probably have this stuff like over here, and then like over here, and then this would be free to be these guys. So then they would take up more space. Something like this. And then this would kind of go around that way. Something like that. That would make sense. Okay, I think that this actually, because I don't think we would be able to have these doors here. So that would be 23. Okay. Oh, this isn't the right. There we go. This probably needs to be more up here. I always get that short key mixed up. Something like that. Be down here. feel like this is gonna go in the spine, which I do not want. Yeah, that would be in the spine, so it has to, this text block has to be right here. Oh, this is kind of a messed up. That's okay though. Oh, hello! Hey Gav. How are you? Last time, was there stuff weird with YouTube? Matt was saying how it was glitching out on him. And I was just I was just drawing away, not really paying attention. But anyway, how has your week been? Mine's been busy, but good. Maybe if that goes down there. I erase this. And erase this. And I bring these two up. Especially her. And it would be... Okay. Okay, no worries, yeah. I'm all for everyone getting the right amount of sleep. So definitely please get sleep. That's also one of the reasons why I feel like it works for both of us, me having it a few hours earlier than, because it was, you know, nighttime after dinner. When I was previously doing my streams, and it was in the AMs for you. And I feel like this way, it's in the afternoon for me, and then I end before dinner. And then you please sleep after my streams. 4-month job. Whoa. What does that... So, did you, like, make the gables or install the gables? That also reminds me of Campaign Skyjacks. Have you heard of the... Do you know of the Campaign Skyjacks podcast? Because there's a character named Gable, and the way that they got their name is they were looking around them, and they were like, oh, that's a gable on a house. And then named themselves Gable. But a 4-month job is a really long time. Maybe... What did I do? Maybe cancel. These 3 idiots here can Oh, I'm the idiot. Hold on. Oh, I am the idiot. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, quality control. I keep on I keep on deselecting instead of selecting or doing transform because I'm an idiot. Yeah, quality control is so important. We have a I suppose we didn't just get it, but there's a quality testing lab at my job. Okay, so you've done 1,300 gables for tents, checkout machines and do wielding, tank liners and pigsties. That's such a wide array of things. Like, is it specifically like quality control for like welding? Maybe I can put a little thought bubble here that's like her overthinking. Like, it's not really like incredibly important for you to understand, but she's like, I'm gonna do this, blah, 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 and she just says, okay, fine. I feel like that would be a good use of that space, because this is gonna be in the margin, but I still want to make use of it. Oh, that's super cool. Okay, yeah, then like the tent gables make sense. But yeah, that's crazy. That's super cool. Now all I can think about is Campaign Skyjacks. I have to catch up on Campaign Skyjacks. I haven't listened to it in a while. It's so freaking good. They've commissioned me for a couple of things, and it was incredibly wonderful working with them, and they're super cool. I was super honored that they thought of me. But yeah, time's gotten away from me, and I really do like binging stuff, so I haven't listened to Campaign Skyjacks in a while, which is a shame. But it's such a cool world and story. So I would recommend it. If you have time, if you can listen to podcasts on like a commute or while you're doing something else, like cooking, cleaning. Oh yeah, I've actually been having problems. Well, I usually have uploaded, obviously I haven't updated it in months because I've been slowly getting back into things, but I usually upload 3 pages with a chapter on Webtoons, because it's not really made for like pages, it's made for like the format is so different it's scrolling, so then the way that you would design the panels is different if you're making something solely for Webtoon. But I do want to make a printed version of this eventually, so I'm more leaning towards that formatting. So then anyway, I try to upload at least 3 pages with an update. But since I haven't logged in on my computer for so long, obviously I have the app on my phone, but it kept on kicking me out. Like, I kept on trying to log in and it kept on kicking me out of Webtoons. It wouldn't log me in. It wasn't saying that like my password or my username was wrong. It just wouldn't log me in. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I need to figure out how to do that, because I can't upload chapters on my phone. I'm like, I need to figure out how to maybe I just need to like delete the cache on my maybe I just need to delete the cache on my browser. But yeah, it kept on kicking me out, so I'm like, I can't upload anymore. Okay, clear browsing data download history, cached images and files, clear. Oh, that's on a different that's on a different account, I think. Going Home was a short comic that I did based off of a friend's like English, like she did a short story for an English class, and I was like, hey, can I make a comic out of this? She said sure. So that's what that was. I think that's on a different account. What is the... Hold on, where the heck is my phone? Oh, yeah. Are people still reading this? Yeah, that one, like, I was completely kicked out of this account. Like, I have no idea how to get back into here. That's why I made the new one for Eternus. Because I kept on trying to log into this account and they kicked me out and I couldn't get back in. I like tried to reset the password and all of this stuff. I tried to contact Webtoon. I have no idea what I did to like break that account, but I couldn't get back in. I didn't know what email it was. Well, yeah. It was a whole thing. And then once I found out what email it was too late. They were like, this account's getting hacked. Lock it all down, lock it all down. But yeah, there's another PB Raisin Bread. Is that the only one that shows up when you type in PB Raisin Bread? Whoa. Wait a minute. Yeah, if you just type in Eternus into the search bar, it'll show up. That's my new account. Yeah. They fully kicked me out of that account. But now I can't get into it. It keeps on kicking me out on a desktop anyway. I think that was my problem. Like, they kept on kicking me out of that old account, and so then I made a new one, and now it's happening again. But I can log in on my phone, so it's fine. But I just hope that they settings. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out later. But yeah, Webtoons is weird that way. Can I like delete my cookie data? Yeah, I do eventually. I think I'll probably, once I get chapter 1 done, maybe I'll make a little mock-up. That would just be like a little staple version. But I'm not sure if I would make a Kickstarter for it right away. But I mean, if you do want to like DM me where you live, I could mail it to you when I'm done with it. What was I even looking for? That's not what I was looking for. I'm gonna try to log into Webtoons again on my Wait, now I'm logged in. I'm logged in on my Oh my gosh, I'm logged in, dude. I'm logged in on my laptop. Oh my gosh. I'm logged in. Oh, it kicked me out. Oh, now I'm back on. Oh my gosh, I can add episodes. Oh, thank God. What a happy day. Webtoon heard me talking shit about them and they said, actually? Oh my gosh. But yeah, logging into Webtoons now gives me so much anxiety. Because I tried to log into that old account for like 3 days and it booted me out. It wasn't able to. I think I also had a problem with like logging into the account with my email versus like the whole like logging in with a Google account. And then that fucked everything up because I tried to log in with my email, it didn't work, and then I tried to log in with my Google account, and then I think I made a new account with the same email or something like that. I don't know. It was all fucked up. And then they were like, we need to lock this down. Someone's trying to hack this account with a short webcomic that has 2 views. We need to lock everything down. Okay. So then that's where she goes. Understood. And then here... Dahlia talks so much in this page. Actually, I think that this might be better as one panel, and then we would see Dahlia here. Actually, it should probably be a little bit shorter. And then Morty would be right here, and then this would be Z. She would still be holding her, but, or they would, okay, good, you guys can let her go. We don't want anyone to see us dragging her. Maybe, because maybe this would be, and then we would have Dahlia here, and then we would have Morty here, and then we would have Z here, and then Poppy would be, you know, somewhere behind them here, but then it doesn't, it's fine. And then so this is Morty. And then she's talking. And then we would have and now they're all walking again. So then, how do you draw people walking? Okay. Z, Morty, Poppy. Why did I, no, Dahlia is not that tall. Okay, first, to decide how tall people are, you need to decide where the floor is. That's really important for deciding how tall people are. Oh, I did want to say that I'll only be streaming until about 4:30 my time, because I'm gonna go have dinner with friends. I mean, I still have a bit more than 2 hours of streaming left, so I feel like that's a pretty good chunk of time. Oh, but I did want to talk about, I didn't exactly end up doing the, well, I mean, I did do the novel November challenge in January. I mean, I didn't exactly like do the whole like 1,600 words a day. Some days I hit that, some days I didn't. Some days I couldn't write anything. But I have a whole first draft, and I'm currently going over, I already added a couple of things to chapter 1 towards the end. I went over chapter 2, and now I'm going over chapter 3 as a second pass. And I mean, you can see chapter 2 almost has 5,000 words, And chapter 3 almost has 5,000 words too, and I'm not even done with chapter 3 yet. So I still have a long ways to go, but we're making good progress. Oh, that sounds really good. Bean burgers, brioche, salad guac, salsa mozzarella. That sounds really, really good. Is that like all gonna be piled up on the big burger, or is the like salad, guac, salsa, and mozzarella, is that gonna be like on the salad? But is the mozzarella, guac, salsa gonna be on the burger or the salad? I don't know why that's so important to me. I'm gonna have sushi with my friends. It'll be very fun. Nope, that's not how walking works. Walking works like this, actually. Nope. Walking works like this, actually. There we go. But a guacamole on a burger, freaking delicious. Yeah, I always end up making, if it's a wrap, if it's a burger, if it's a sandwich, if it's like a bagel. I actually, this morning I had a bagel with vegan cream cheese, avocado, some spinach, some onions, some bell peppers, some cooked onions and bell peppers, cooked spinach, and I had one of those packets of smoked salmon, and I put that on the bagel. So freaking good. Yep. And then I toast my bagels like crazy, so it was nice and warm. It's freaking cold here, dude. I walked my dog. Oh my gosh. Walked my dog at noon, which is usually about the, like, you know, one of the hottest times of the day. It was so freaking cold. Wait, I need to move Dahlia to the front. Dahlia? Dahlia, you come to the front. Oh my gosh, one thing that I've been meaning to do. Well, I have I'm reading the Bands of Mourning right now, and then I have The Lost Metal and the Secret History from Brandon Sanderson from the library, so I'm gonna be reading those throughout the week. But one thing that I really do need to read, because I've heard so much about it, and I'm like, I've gotta do it, is the freaking Heated Rivalry. Spinach is so freaking good, dude. I have spinach all the time. I've been really trying to get a lot more of those like essential nutrients into my diet. I do eat meat, but I'm allergic to milk, so I can't have like cheese or anything like that. So one thing that really pisses me off is when everybody's like, oh my gosh, you can make this creamy, non-fat, high-protein Alfredo, or this creamy, non-fat, high-protein buffalo chicken dip, and then it's always fucking cottage cheese and non-fat Greek yogurt. And then I'm like, if I could have cottage cheese and Greek yogurt, I wouldn't be needing these fucking videos. I love cottage cheese, but I can't fucking have it. Anyway, literally every single video that I have, or that I've seen, that's like, if you want something that's high protein and creamy, just stick a bunch of cottage cheese or non-fat Greek yogurt in it. And I'm like, I can't do that. Shut up. But yeah, so I've got all of the like vegan, I have vegan cream cheese, and I have vegan, the like non-sweetened yogurt, so then I can sweeten it myself, or I can use it as like a creamy base substitute. I use that to make ranch sometimes too. That's really, really good. But yeah, I've been really trying to have a lot more spinach and a lot more like beans, like black beans, and I actually made meal prepped for this next week with some, it was white kidney beans and corn, and then peppers, rice, and chicken. But yeah, I put spinach on everything. If I'm doing leftovers, I need to draw some, idiot. But if I am having any type of leftovers, with like meat, rice, or even like a leftover pasta dish or leftover pizza dish, I just stick a bunch of raw spinach on it, and then when I microwave it, the spinach is cooked. And it's just a nice topping to put on literally anything. How is this going to work with her? She looks like she's floating. She needs... Oh, those are freaking giant. Okay. There, now she's not floating. Okay. Okay. And then Poppy still has hand on her sword, ready at a moment's notice. And then I can do like a... There's no one here. And then I can point this towards her. And then I would have space here. I would point this towards Morty. Okay. I think... God in heaven. I think that this is where it's at. I think I freaking did it. Yes. I really... I have some shredded cheese that I put in some things. It's mostly, like, I don't have, you know, straight cheese anymore. It's mostly, I'll put it in, like, if I put a little bit of the shredded cheese in, like, a soup, it can melt a little bit, but it's mostly, it doesn't, you know, melt and get sort of stringy like cheese, like you never get that cheese pull. It's mostly just sort of like a goop. A goop that kind of acts like a cheese would. Yeah, I have that, and then, but there's some really good, like, oat milk ice creams. that I've found that are really, really good. And then I use almond milk, oat milk, soy milk. Any of those are good. I want to try and have more soy milk because of the protein, but I also need to be careful, like, not to have too much because of, like, the estrogen or whatever. So, like, you can't have a bunch of tofu and then a bunch of soy milk and then a bunch of, like, edamame beans. Like, your body would go crazy. Similarly, my friend told me, like, hey, you shouldn't have more than, like, 3 cans of tuna a week. And I was like, pardon? I need to actually, calm down a little bit then. Okay, I think that starting to type out some of the... let's work on the paneling. I think that's important. Paneling, and then we'll work on a better rough. Frame. There we go. I made a bunch of weird fucking looking frames. Polygon frame. And then with this, just like... oh, yeah, that's what I needed. Okay, wait, hold on. We need to... it would be black, and then it would be... brush shape. Oh, and then you can choose... and then you can choose the pen. Oh. Textured pen. Okay, hold on. Let's do it a little bit lower here, so then we can do like... actually, I think this one can just be a square. And then rectangle frame, brush shape, textured pen. Oh, shit. Hold on. No, wait. It would go all the way out to this line. There we go. And then divide frame border. There we go. Oh no. Okay, that's good though. But I'm sorry that it got messed up. These frames are kind of a funky shape. But Oh, that's too funky. That's too funky. Hold on. Although a lot of this will be covered by text. No. Can I do shift and then it'll make... Hold on. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Nope. I fucked up. I fucked up. Hold on. Why did it go so low? I don't want to turn on... No, I don't want to turn on stickies. Okay. You know what? That's fine. Oh, I fucked up again, I think. I can change it later, though. Like... There we go. There we go. Yeah. These are all kind of messed up, but it's okay. I think that this one, I'm just going to do a rectangle and then edit in post. Edit in post, and by in post I mean now. And then add control point, move control point. And then that one's just a rectangle. And then this one's just a rectangle. Hold on. No, it would be like... And then we can edit this guy up a little bit. There we go. Weird page structure. Weird page structure. Oh my god. We need to save it. Okay. And then we need to put this guy here. Put this guy on... What is the layer that is this one? Oh my gosh, and then what was the... This was red. These were all red. These were all red. Okay, hold on. Nope, nope. There we go. These guys are red. And then these guys want to be orange. This guy is going to be blue because it's the sketch. Right, that's a note to myself. So this is gonna be... Okay. Text is purple. That's right. I know that there's the... Let's look at some of those presets that Hey was talking about. Background, basic. Framing type of balloons. Oh, did I accidentally put it in? Oh, hold on. Where did my layers go? There they are. Okay, I see. And then I can brush shape. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate this guy a bunch of times. Oh, right, we need this one. No, I think that one's gonna be more, I need to duplicate this guy one more time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. There we go. And then make all of these guys purple. And then now we need to draw the tails. Oh, I also need this guy would be in front, but she would be this way. Like this. Wait, tilt it a little bit. Okay, and then brush size, and then brush shape, textured pen. And then I also think I want this confined within this guy. So I think I want yeah, something more like this. And then make it purple. It would be right here. And then let's no. Okay, there's a oh wait, I'll just use the landscape cloud. That's actually a lot easier. And then, of course, bring this up to a point, bring it up to a textured brush, and then we also need anxious. Make it horizontal. No. Okay, let's go back to layers. Delete this guy. And then once again, 1 point, brush shape, textured pen. Okay, and then we need to add tails. Hold on, file, save. Now we add tails. Do they have tails here? Balloons? Dialogue, feeling, narration. Doesn't seem like it. That's okay. I'm just gonna go to the balloon tail. Actually, let's go to the balloon pen. textured pen, brush size 1. That really didn't do anything, did it? Actually, this is technically the first balloon, so I'm just gonna... Oh wait, it's fucked up. Hold on. The line color. Fill color, line color. There we go. And then why is it... Oh, I need to really like push down, I think. How do I connect them? No, I like balloon pen better. Okay, wait, that one doesn't need... Okay, these two I need to make... Nope. Purple. Because they're text. Landscape cloud, which needs a couple circles, I think. And then we'll be... And this guy needs... Oh, did I fuck up this guy? Ah, beans. That's fine. Ah, okay, hold on. We gotta rotate. There we go. Do I, if I merge... this guy, and this guy. I think if I merge selected layers, then I would be able to, yeah, there we go. Okay, this one's gonna be difficult. Not that difficult, it just needs to be a little bit thinner. Not too bad, not too bad. So this time I'm taking a panel and text first approach, and then I'm going to draw. I think that's also helping because my hand feels fine now. I think that's also good for my hand. But we've made a lot of progress in an hour and 20 minutes, so. Now, where did I delete this text? Hold on. What? No, it's right there. Okay, that's going to be, I'm going to write that. I'm going to handwrite that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's work on... Oh, and they saved. That's so nice of them to save the font I was using. This definitely needs to be. Hold on. Maybe 20. How do you spell print? That's not how you spell that. Okay, it sort of saved my preferences, but not really. There's gotta be a spell check in here. I'll worry about that later. Nope, that's not how you spell that. Let's do escort. Nope, that's not how you spell that either. Escort. I don't know how to spell things. escorting us. And then I'm actually going to. That was a bad idea. This is too much, I think. Maybe if I... No. I want you to select the text. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do at all, actually. What? What? Wait. When did it do that? Why did it do that? Okay, hold on. And then... Again, not what I wanted. I wanted the... Is there not... Okay, I guess not. That's fine. You let us do the talking. And if you try to harm the keeper, I used too many commas. I think this guy just needs to be a little bit wider instead of... Maybe I'm messing it up by doing text directly in the bubbles. I should do it another way. Because I don't want to fuck them up. Tool property. Yeah, because if I select this and then I say I can't do that. Okay. Don't like that. And then this is just going to be a ramble of what she's thinking. If I do a text box on a separate layer, no, it still goes in the speech bubble anyway, but I want to make it so that it's like, so the speech bubble is so filled up, it's like, how do I do that? Stop doing that. Oh. That's not what I wanted. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think that's going to be as good as I get it. Maybe I can get this to be smaller, so like. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Okay. I was asked for something. What was I doing? This set of dialogue. That's what I was doing. It keeps on defaulting to this big ass size. And then it keeps on defaulting to left aligned. Good. You guys can let her. Okay, and this one I can probably actually make smaller, and then, yeah, so that I have more room for everybody else over here. So I'm going to, hey, stop it. So I'm going to delete that text, and then I'm going to go into
算是发自内心 My muse 暗夜挣扎无处安放疯癫浮夸灵感已消失在名利场失去的一切措手不及之前是不是从未被察觉像是空白残缺或许总学不会珍惜和感谢
I was asked for something again. Okay. We need to, how the hell do I... Okay, I did it. Sorry, that was the weirdest noise I could have ever made. We can... do that. And then... text. Boom. Boom. Nope. And then what does this say? Ooh, there's no one here. Why does it keep on being so big? There's no one here. Okay, I think I need to make both of these text blocks smaller as well. So I'm going to do that. Hello. Hello, how are you? Okay, this needs to be squished. I think honestly that's small. We could do something with that. So this would be I'm a genius. That's the perfect size. Nope. It needs to be this guy. Oh. It keeps on doing that and it surprises me every time. Hello. Nope. There we go. Boom. And then save. And then I'm actually going to put that behind that. And then we are doing this text by hand. And I think we won't really have any need for the script anymore that I printed out. So we should be good to just draw. Okay. This is the sketchbook pencil. And then what was it was called the Sledger. That's what I was writing with. Hold on. Okay. That ended up looking okay. We're gonna save. We're gonna save. Oof. Okay, and honestly, we're gonna do a second. We'll do a second sketchy sketch and then go in with a line art. Because this is very vague, what I've got going on here. So, we will... Wait, how is it in this page? Oh, did I have... Fuck, hold on. I had them on opposite sides. Wait a minute. I messed up. I messed up. So then it would be... Wait, honestly, you know what I could do? I could just... Hold on. Nope. Hold on. Let me... We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. Okay, edit. Transform. Oh, I always get that wrong. Hold on. Edit. Transform. Horizontal. There we go. Okay. This is fine. We'll get a little bit of her face and then Actually, I think should be a little bit more down here. Okay. Yeah. This looks incomprehensible. That's fine though. Here we go. And then hair. That's her hair. And then this is where it gets tricky, because this guy right where Poppy is. Actually, if I instead, redo this, and then we once again, this is like the back of her, right? And like Dahlia's skirt is right here, and then her, right, and we get that sort of ominous that above shot again a little bit. Yeah, I actually like that better, I think. And then this one would be a little bit, oh shit, hold on. Nope. There we go. And then I do think that these guys can move over here. Okay, and then we've got I do think like a roller coaster going up and down because And now I'm gonna make them all more, so she's in front, like they kind of pushed her. I keep on doing that. So she's right here. And Morty's more here. And then Poppy would be like right here. She's angry. She's so full of anger. Okay, I think that looks a lot better. That makes a lot more sense. Pull up my hair, yearning to be more than friends. Okay. We're gonna save. What time is it? Almost 3? Okay, I can stream for another hour, probably. Maybe another 30, 45 minutes. Do I want to... No, I'll probably take a shower when I get back. But I do want to, like, get ready and freshen up a little bit. So. Do, 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 do. I'm just debating. Oh, you know what I need to do next week? I need to write a script for that video that I want to do. So I'm going to put that down in my notes. Okay. I think we should be good. Okay. They're making her shoulder go up like this, and then her arms kind of like this. And then Morty's like elbow is hooked right here. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Ugh, my hand already hurts a little bit. Hold on. Okay. I need to think of like Z's eyes to be kind of like a cat's eyes, where they're like a bit like upturned. She's like, hey, I'm angry. So angry. Rawr. Okay, just wanted to make sure that I put it on its own layer. And then Dahlia's got big, big eyes. No. 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 Hold on. My short keypad fell. Sorry, I just burped into my mic. Okay. Scribbles, she has ears. Ears exist. I think I made her eyes actually too big. They are very big though. They're like And then she's got glasses. And then nose. And then she's talking, so and then what did her outfit look like? It was kind of like she had a high collar, and then it had like this thing going on. And then it had a belt like this. And then she had little like shoulder pads. I don't know why I did that, but that's what I did. And then she was gesturing with a hand. That's what a hand looks like, totally. Hold on. It's too flat. I need to think more about the meat of the palm. Maybe it's more gesturing like this, like, and then the fingers are like up here. That seems more plausible with sort of the position of her arm. I'll come back to that. Totally. And then here is our angry little cat being held. No, it's more like this. That's right. the beefy arms coming in to grab her. Hmm. This is the tricky part. I don't think I made it wide enough. Angles are hard. Okay, I don't want to do the rest of their faces because that's too hard. That does not look like her at all. The forehead's too big. Hold on. Forehead too big. Forehead too big. Not enough hair. Hair comes down to like here. Hair. Lots of hair. Eyes up here. Cheekbones way up here. I also think Poppy's eyebrows are thinner, her eyebrows are thicker. That's what it is. File close. I did nothing to it. I don't know why you want me to save. Okay. Here comes a thought that might alarm you. What someone said and how it harmed you. Something you did failed to be charming. Her boobs aren't that big. Suddenly swarming and oh, there we go. No, she's like this. Yeah. Oh, I'm starting to get hungry. So excited to eat sushi with my friends. But it's not. I think actually I'm going to make her bigger so then I can cut, so then I won't have to draw more things. Which is, you know, genius if you ask me personally. save. I might need to twist this guy a little bit more. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, did I not add my coffee for breakfast? No, I'm just gonna play it by ear. That doesn't look like a hand. This looks more like a hand. God, I kind of want to ditch this and draw some fan art. But we're gonna stay strong. We're gonna stay strong, soldiers. And maybe another time we can draw fan art. I do actually think that after I'm done with these sketches, I'm gonna head out because I do need to get ready for dinner with my friends. But I should be able to finish this at least. Just the sort of preliminary sketches. I think actually this sword would be going like down this way. And then I'll just cancel, do little sketchies. Nope. There we go. There we go. Okay. We made a lot of progress today. Woo! And now I do need to go get ready for dinner. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. We almost did 3 hours, but not quite. So, but I need to go get ready. So, hold on. We saved. Saving is important. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely week. And go draw something. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.